Oh, well, hello and welcome to another episode of This Old Excavator, or This Old Tractor, This Old Piece of Equipment. This thing's an old piece, all right, let's check it out. Okay, so this here is the Bobcat 418 model mini excavator. And I noticed there were no videos on YouTube on how to operate it. And this one's been offered to us today by the good people at Extend Rentals in Ladysmith, British Columbia, or near Nanaimo. Call them for all your rental needs, and they rent just about everything, it seems. So this was just one of the items they have up for rent, and pretty reasonable prices too. We've been using it just for a couple little projects around here. Actually, well, why don't I show you? We're putting in a sidewalk behind the house here, so digging out all the dirt. I'm going to put down some gravel and concrete, so that's what's been going on. But what I really want to show you is how the controls work. If you're a novice like me, you might be intimidated by operating a piece of equipment like this. So step one, read the owner's manual and operator's manual. Always wear your seat belt. Make sure you do that. It's here somewhere. And so let's get started. So you probably see the key here already. That's how we started up. Let's go through the controls. These are the controls to move the tracks forward or back. And let's see, what do we have here? Got your fuel gauge, got your rabbit gauge. Don't know what that does. Hour meter, a bunch of warning lights. Then on the other side, things get interesting. This is actually the throttle. Yeah, so that's that. This, looking at the controls, this one here actually controls the blade that's down here. And you can raise or lower that blade. Overall, it's a pretty easy machine to operate. This also has the option that you might have heard, where you could bring the tracks in or out. I haven't played around with that, and I think it's basically when you want to make it narrower, you can actually go through a doorway. This machine, you could fall over the rollover protection and support the machine with the front blade, swing the bucket around the back, lift up the whole machine, taking the weight off the tracks. And then it's something to do with this lever here. I'm not touching it because I don't want to muck around. I think it's that lever there. And then maybe this foot control here. This goes forward and back. Haven't touched it, not messing with it, not my problem. But let's hop on board here. So the machine will only operate properly once you have your armrests down. I understand these are adjustable too, but I haven't. Well, let's play around with that right now. I thought you could swing these in and out, but like I said, you're going to want to read your owner's manual. Now, we're only going to go through the basic control layout. You can also switch over to different modes, and I believe that's with the switch that's under this under the engine panel here. So we're only going through what I believe are the standard ones. I think these are more like a John Deere. Please, if you know, please comment below to help others out. Let's start things up here. Throttle's down. Ignition. I didn't see a glow plug light. I guess that would have been it at the bottom there. Because it is a diesel, you want to make sure that light goes off before you start it. Let's crank it up. There we go. Happy little machine. Okay, so like I said, the blade works off this control. Blade up, blade down. You leave it down. When you're doing any digging, you want to take the weight off the front of the tracks. This offers us a pretty good support when you're digging. If you don't put that down, you start digging with it up, you'll find the machine's tipping. You might even roll forward. So you want to leave that down. Take some pressure off. We've actually taken quite a bit of pressure off. One control I found later on was this foot control here, and it actually rocks to the right and to the left. I'll show you what that does first. I'll rock it to the right, so I'll physically rock my foot over, and that moves the bucket, the whole boom, right and left. I move to the left now, and it moves left. Very handy, and as the boom is offset to the right of the machine, you can tuck in right next to the walls and stuff, or any other obstacles, like I did the other day. Very handy to have. So let's get it straightened out again. That looks good. Let's say we want to raise the whole boom there. We pull this one back towards you. That raises things up. And obviously pushing it forward makes it go down. Now, what happens when you move this one side to side? the bucket itself, the tilting of the bucket. So that controls the very last hydraulic cylinder on the end there. So moving this to the left closes the bucket, so to speak, and moving this to the right opens the bucket, if you want to call it that. Next, we have the control on this side. Sorry, I apologize for my shaky hands. It's not my fault. I guess it kind of is. This one here, we're going to pull it back towards us and see what happens. Pulling it towards you pulls the second boom. This whole contraption there. That operates this cylinder here. Pulling it towards you. Let's see if I can get this all in one shot. Pulling it towards you does this. And pushing it away from you, but push it forward. Moves the whole thing away. So that's it. Now, what happens when you move this left to right? That turns the whole area you're sitting on, so to speak. So we're going to do a little loop here. What fun we're having. And to the right, sorry, to the left. That brings us around. And of course, this whole thing can go 360 degrees. The tracks, this is straightforward. You want to go forward, move both forward. Oh, I got my bucket down, that's why it's slowing down. Let's pull them. Make sure our boom is up. Pull that in. Now that the weight isn't too far forward, let's try and drive. Let's pull this shovel up. There we go. That's up. Now we can drive. Let's go backwards. I'm going to pull both of these towards me. There we go. Forward. And if you want to turn around, let's say you just want to turn to the left. You want to turn to the right. Straightforward stuff. You'll figure it out. So, really, I'm just going to put this down for a second. Turn the machine off. Turn the throttle down. Oh, I didn't throttle. That was basically idle. Throttle up. Throttle down. Let's turn it off. And to release the armrest is this little lever here. So that's a good little machine. This is very handy if you're doing any light yard work, sidewalks. I don't know. I even dug out a small tree over there that I couldn't get with the tractor. So if you want to change out the bucket, it's not that bad. There's this came with 2 buckets, which is nice on the rental. Long story short, you can almost see it there. There's a little bolt. You undo that bolt, take the bolt out. Make sure the bucket is sitting on the ground where it can't fall. Take that bolt out. Take this bar out. This bar, you can smash that out with a hammer. And then you're going to have to tilt the bucket to attach that. I'm not going to show that. That's a video for another day, but that's pretty much it. This is Bobcat 418. And I think there's a newer model that's called the E10, and I think the controls and operations are very similar, if not the same. So that's it. The engine is under here. I guess we could quickly show that. This whole thing lifts up. So you got your basic filters, fuel and oil filters there, air filters. A little starter motor, yeah? It's a 3-cylinder diesel there. I think it's about 750 cc's. So, and if we were gonna, I wasn't gonna show this, but I am now. If we were gonna change the control to the John Deere sort of spec, let's just wipe that off. This changes the control patterns. But that's something I haven't fooled around with. This machine's very new to me. But we would turn this from my understanding. Fuse panels here, and hydraulic oil goes in there. Little battery, pretty much a golf cart battery. I guess that's all she needs. So let's close this up. There we go. So, happy little machine. Thank you again, Extend Rentals, down here in Ladysmith, Nanaimo area. And they delivered this thing. He's actually going to come pick it up later on for me. So away she goes. That's it for a little episode here. If you've got any questions about the Bobcat 418, feel free to ask. I might not be able to answer them, but I'll put you in touch with somebody who does know everything about these machines. Another company in town that actually sells these. I happen to know people who work there, so I'm sure they'd love to answer your questions. So anyway, thanks for watching. Hope this helped you, because I know it helped me. Thanks, bye.